So briefly, the process is this. In Rhino, we press Ctrl P when we're in a layout view and we save it as a PDF. We log into Ruby and we work left to right. Here we import that PDF, and then clicking on our imported file, that'll move us to the design tab where we can do some editing if we need. And then when we're done, we create a job, which moves us to this prepare tab. And here we'll select the material that we're cutting. And then when you're ready, you can push it to the laser or send it to the queue. And finally, our produce tab here is where we press play and start the laser cutter. Don't forget that you'll need to focus the material each time you change the thickness in material. The material needs to be placed as flat as possible on the bed. Make sure it's not riding up on this side lip. You should be able to find some scrap pieces of plastic that can be used to close the holes around our material to have it suck down nice and flat on the bed. We then use the arrow keys on the laser to move the laser to roughly the middle of our piece. Use the up and down keys on the laser console to slowly move the laser bed until the stick just falls off. Close the laser cutter lid and head to the computer. I'm on the computer next to the laser cutter and I've opened up my mail to download my file that I want to laser cut. We want to send it from a layout view, which represents these 1, 2, 3, 4 layouts. But if you send it from a top view, it might not be the right scale. So let's send it from a layout view and then press Ctrl P, which will then send it to the print command. We want to save it as a PDF. These should be vector and color. Click on print. And at this point, we're going to save it. Good idea to save it something that means something to you. And then the next thing we're going to do is open up Ruby, which is on the desktop. You might need to log in. Then once you're logged in, we're going to be working from left to right. We've got the Manage tab, we've got the Design tab, we've got the Prepare tab, and we actually press play on this one to start the laser cutter. But first of all, we're going to import our design. And then once you've imported it, you click on it and it'll move it across to the Design tab. We can do some basic editing here. So for example, this purple cut line, we click on it, you can see it's currently purple. But if I wanted to, I could change it to our etch layer, say, now you can see it's gone to blue. I'm going to change it back. Once you're happy with your design, you can click on Create Job, and that will then move us to this Prepare tab. Here, we need to choose the material that we're cutting. In this case, it's some boxboard, and it's the thin stuff. Activating these options will optimize our cut geometry to save cutting time. You can calculate the cutting time with this little stopwatch. We can then push to laser or add it to the queue. Once it's in the queue, you'll see it here in our last and final tab, which is the Produce tab. Check this preview looks complete and the time it takes to cut seems reasonable. If you click on play, it'll start the laser cutter. Once it's finished rastering and etching, it should start cutting all the way through. If you can't visually be sure that it's going all the way through, you should pause the machine and double check. There's nothing worse than finding out your pieces don't come out and you've wasted all that time and money.
So I've finished my cuts and I've left the area nice and clean for the next person. If any pieces fall underneath this grill, you can get a DMaF staff person to pick it up and to put it back down. It's important that a staff member does this so that we can ensure that the area is nice and level. I'm now ready to go to checkout. All right, happy laser cutting.